We are here in Mexico City, Mexico. This is my very first trip ever to the country of Mexico. Hey everyone, Scott with Scottman, and welcome. It is so great to be here right now, and I'm going to be exploring Mexico City for the next several days. I'm really excited to check out all the cool sights here, and of course get to show you the Mexico that many people from the United States don't get to see, because most people seem to always go to all the beach resorts like in Cancun, Tulum, Los Cabos, or even like Puerto Vallarta. But Mexico City is a fantastic city, and I want to showcase this city and also give you some of my first impressions of the city too. And why not start over here by the Angel of Independence, or El Ángel de la Independencia. So it was constructed back in 1910. 100 years after Mexico was officially founded back in 1810. And of course at the top you have the beautiful angel at the top looking in the direction toward El Zocalo. Well, kind of. It's not directly, but close enough. All right, so we're gonna walk that way down the Paseo de la Reforma.
Welcome to Mexico City, the largest city in all of North America. It is a fantastic gem dating back to many centuries, back to when it used to be called Tenochtitlan, which was the center of the Aztec Empire. Right now, we're walking down the Paseo de la Reforma, which is a very busy road with a lot of hotels, high-rise buildings, and as a matter of fact, they even close it down on Sunday mornings for cars and bikes to go down it, which is pretty cool. So yeah, let's keep on going and explore more of Mexico City.
The walk has been very impressive so far. So right over here, this is the Monumento de la Revolucion. So it was constructed back in 1938, a symbol of Mexican independence and resilience. And a little cool fact, there's even an observation deck at the very top, but there's an even better observation deck we'll check out while we're here, so you definitely have to stay tuned. And over here, this is the Palacio de Bellas Artes. Very beautiful building. We'll have to check it out later on this video, so we'll be able to get to see more of it. So I just wanted to pass by really quick on my little opening walk. To say, I've been very impressed with Mexico City so far. It's really beautiful, and I'm made over to the Zocalo, which is the main square here in the Centro Historico, and this is pretty much where you trying to see all the cool sights. This is basically a great place to get started. So I think we'll do just that, because we're going to start checking out some very cool sites. However, it's starting to get in the evening here. Museums are pretty much closing right now, so we're going to make it another day so that way we can check out the cool museums and do some more cool stuff. Buenos dias, it's a brand new morning. So back over here at the Zocalo, and we check out some cool museums over the next couple days or so. And well, before we do, we're staying in front of the Catedral Metropolitana de la Ciudad de Mexico. This beautiful cathedral first started construction back in 1573. It was continued construction for a long period of time throughout the colonial years. The conquistadors that were here, they basically built it on top of the Templo Mayor, which will be heading to see shortly. Built it out of Aztec stones, and it is a beautiful sight to enjoy. Isn't this fantastic or what? That is absolutely beautiful. Probably one of the most beautiful bells I've heard from a cathedral anywhere, like even more so than Europe. Love this place. All right, so we're gonna head over to the Templo Mayor Museum. And this is Templo Mayor. This was the main temple for the Aztec civilization, and it was considered to be the center of the universe. This is one of the iconic sites here in Mexico City. For only 100 pesos, you can go into the museum and explore this beautiful museum, and of course see the ruins of what's left of Templo Mayor. I'll tell you a little bit more about it.
So what we're seeing in front of us are the remains of Templo Mayor, which was the main temple of the Aztec civilization. It was considered to be the center of the universe by the Aztecs. They supposedly saw an eagle here perched on a cactus with a snake in its beak. Little fun fact too, this is a proud symbol of Mexico, as you can see in the center of the Mexican flag today. So Templo Mayor was located in the center of the Aztec capital Tenochtitlan. The center of the temple has a platform dating back to around 1400. On the southern half of the platform is a sacrificial stone of a shrine to Huitzilopochtli, pardon the pronunciation, where the northern half is a chacmul facing a shrine to the Aztec water god Tlaloc. This is a very cool museum. I highly recommend checking out the remains here.
That was very cool. So it was really cool getting to see at least the remains of the Templo Mayor, and of course all the different Aztec sculptures and artifacts that were found during different archaeological digs. All right, so before we head to some more museums, there is an observation deck we're going to check out. We're going to walk down this pedestrian walkway first.
So now we're going for a walk down Avenue Francisco Madero, which is a pedestrian walkway which connects El Zocalo with the Palacio de Bellas Artes. Along this pedestrian walkway, you have all kinds of different shops and restaurants, and of course, it's a great place for people watching, because people will not only shop here, but they'll also just go for a nice walk down the pedestrian walkway. It's such a cool sight.
All right, so now it's time to head up to the tower, but before that, was supposed to go yesterday, but I ended up getting a little bit of traveler's diarrhea yesterday, so I kind of had to cut yesterday a little short. I'll talk more about that in my food tour video, but anyway, I'm feeling a lot better now. So now we're gonna head up the Torre Latinoamericana, which is a very tall skyscraper here in Mexico City. We're at the very top, get some amazing views of the whole city. So let's go ahead and head on top and get some great views. Yeah, the views were wicked awesome up there. Absolutely loved it. So yeah, it's definitely worth the price going up to the top. I forgot to mention earlier, the skyscraper was built like, I think, 1954, 1956. Definitely worth it. All right, so now we're gonna go check out a very iconic basilica here in Mexico City. So we're gonna get an Uber and head over there next.
We have made it to the Basilica de Santa Maria de Guadalupe, or the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe, a beautiful church/shrine here. Back in December 1531, Christian convert Juan Diego saw the Virgin Mary on the hill around in the area. Due to him seeing the Virgin Mary along with others after him, a shrine was created in Mary's honor. So right now, this is the original building, which was built back in 1700. But then in the 1970s, they built a brand new shrine with a blue roof, which is much larger and can fit many people. They perform mass every hour, and also you can get a very close look of the original painting of Our Lady of Guadalupe.
And you come all the way up to the top, you get spectacular views of Mexico City. Great view of the skyline. It's a little hazy out there, but nevertheless, you can still see all the skyscrapers and of course the mountains way off in the distance. This is such a beautiful place. Gotta love it. This has been such a fantastic experience. You have to check out the Basilica de Santa Maria de Guadalupe. Absolutely beautiful. Tell me I'm a little out of breath with all the uphill and downhill walking I had to do, but that's all right though. But yeah, you definitely have to check it out. So coming up next in this video, it'll be a different day, but we'll check out some of the different neighborhoods around Mexico City, and we'll check out some cool museums and sites along the way as well. It's a beautiful morning here in Mexico City, and we're checking out one of the big parks here in Mexico City. This is Bosque de Chapultepec. This park has a lot of beautiful things in here, lots of green space, plenty of trees. I think there's even a couple of small lakes in here too. And of course, there's even some museums, including a very beautiful castle, which we'll check out in a little bit. I am really impressed with this park. This is absolutely beautiful. Been really enjoying my walk this morning. Some beautiful lakes. You even got to see a totem pole. Lots of beautiful stuff. So next we're gonna head up the hill over there, because there is a beautiful castle we're gonna go check out. It's a highlight here in the park.
And up at the top, this is Chapultepec Castle, which towers over the entire park. This castle stands on top of Chapultepec Hill, and construction began in 1785, but it wasn't until after Mexico became independent when it was finally completed. When the French took over Mexico in the 1860s, Emperor Maximilian and Empress Carlota arrived in 1864 and they made it their residence. However, since 1939, it is now a beautiful museum, and just look how beautiful this is. It is absolutely gorgeous.
That was absolutely beautiful. I couldn't really film it there, but got a lot of great photos, and yeah, that castle is gorgeous. It definitely felt like I was in Europe over there. So I definitely recommend checking out the Chapultepec Castle. All right, so before we head to an iconic museum, well, second that, we'll head over there really quick, and then we're gonna explore a couple different neighborhoods around Mexico City. So first, starting off with Polanco. And we are here at the northern end of the park, and this is the Museo Nacional de Antropologia. This is probably the most iconic museum in all of Mexico. This beautiful museum tells you the whole story of Mexico, dating all the way back to the early days, even going back to the days of the Olmecs and the Mayans to recent history. So this is one of the must-see museums here in Mexico, especially Mexico City. Unfortunately, I'm not really able to film inside, so I'll definitely will share some pictures. Welcome to the Polanco neighborhood. This is a very upscale area of Mexico City. Lots of different shops and restaurants all along in here. We'll be getting some lunch we're over in here, and I'll be, of course, covering that in my separate food video. What a beautiful neighborhood. I'm on a different street right now, and you have a nice pedestrian walkway in the center of the road. Lots of beautiful green space. So it's like, it'd be nice if there were cities and towns in the United States that had stuff like this, because this is spectacular. Like, I'm really enjoying this walk. As I was saying, it's a very rich area of Mexico City, and I was even seeing a lot of different dealerships such as like Audi, Lexus, Mercedes-Benz, and also a lot of high-end stores too. And of course, a lot of fancy restaurants. All right, so coming up next, we're gonna head over to another beautiful neighborhood, La Condesa. But I need to go get some food while I'm over here, so yeah, definitely stay tuned to my food tour video to see where I go to eat here. But as for this video, over to La Condesa. And welcome to La Condesa. This is a beautiful little neighborhood just to the west of Roma Norte, which is another nice area, and just to the south of the big park, Bosque de Chapultepec. So this is a very nice neighborhood. Got a lot of nice trendy shops and cafes and restaurants in here. A lot of nice residences as well too. This is a very popular spot along with like the Roma area, like Roma Norte, for example, where a lot of people will live here in Mexico City, like as expats, where basically they're people who live here long term. They're coming from other places like the United States, Canada, or even like European countries. So yeah, let's go walk around and explore. This is absolutely beautiful, I have to say. I could practically live here. It feels really nice. I'm currently walking down the pedestrian median along Avenida Amsterdam. It's a nice little circular route which encircles basically Parque Mexico, which we'll be heading over to next. This is gorgeous. This is Parque Mexico. This is a very beautiful park / green space here in La Condesa. But yeah, I've been really impressed with Mexico City so far. A lot of people think Mexico is a very dangerous place to travel to. It technically isn't. There's areas where you should not be going to because there could be trouble, but definitely stay tuned, like some of the travel alerts, like through like the U.S. State Department, for example, where they'll tell you the areas where you should really avoid because there could be some trouble over there. But here in the areas I've been to in Mexico City, this has been spectacular. It's like you have to come down here. It's fantastic. People are very friendly, and it's just wonderful here. All right, so coming up next, we're gonna head back into Centro Historico because there's another museum we're gonna be checking out. And we're back in Centro Historico over by the Palacio de Bellas Artes, which I've covered already in this video, but now we're gonna head inside. Can't really do video inside, but I'll share some pictures though. So basically the building itself had construction started back in 1905 and was built in the neoclassical and Art Nouveau style. And the interior, look how beautiful it is. I'm showing you the pictures of it. Inside, it was finished in the 1930s, and inside there's a little bit of like an art museum where you have different murals, including a couple by legendary Mexican artist Diego Rivera. So the Palacio de Bellas Artes is also more famously known for being a very nice performing arts venue where you can catch all kinds of great orchestral events. There's ballets, operas, etc. So coming up next, we're gonna check out one more cool neighborhood I've been hearing a lot about, which is to the south of the main part of the city. So it's called Coyoacan. So I'm looking forward to going there. So I'll see you for the next segment. And we are here in another beautiful area of Mexico City. We are in the neighborhood of Coyoacan. Used to be its own city or town back in the day, but it later got absorbed or annexed into Mexico City. And it is a fantastic place. One of the best places of all Mexico City. Check out, it got this nice plaza here. This is Plaza Jardín Hidalgo. And there's also a lot of great cafes, restaurants, a market, And it's also where famous artist Frida Kahlo once lived too. So let's go explore this beautiful area. Yeah, I've been really enjoying my walk here so far. It's a very beautiful neighborhood. And over here, this is a very famous attraction. This is the Frida Kahlo house, as you can notice with the blue house. So this is her childhood home and the home she lived in for most of her life until her death too. And her house was built 3 years before she was born by her father. It's a very popular museum which you can check out. It can get very busy and it books weeks in advance. Like I couldn't even get a ticket for the museum. It's almost kind of like trying to get a ticket for the Anne Frank house in Amsterdam. But yeah, if you're able to get a ticket, yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. So you can see all her different mementos and collectibles she's got over the years. Frida Kahlo is a very famous artist from Mexico City, and she even had a relationship too with Diego Rivera as well too. And of course, I showed some of his murals from when I went to the Palacio de Bellas Artes yesterday. And he has murals all around the city as well too, even at the Palacio Nacional and many other areas around Mexico City. And we've made it back to near where we started, and we're over by the Mercado de Coyoacan. So it's a very popular market where you can get all kinds of great food, even some legendary tostadas as well too. But I'll be showing this off in my food tour video. And we're back over to Jardín Hidalgo, where I was at the start of Coyoacan. But yeah, it's such a beautiful area. It's gotten a lot busier since I first got here, so I'm kind of glad I filmed a lot of stuff earlier. Gonna be getting ready to head back to Roma Norte. That's actually where I'm staying. I didn't really show much in this video, but that's where I've been staying in this trip. So I'll walk around there and I'll start concluding this video while I'm still filming my food video, and of course I'm doing also a separate side trips video too. So let's head back over to Roma Norte. And we're here, the last stop in this video here for my explorations around Mexico City. We're going to check out Roma Norte. Haven't had a chance to explore much of Roma Norte yet because I was busy exploring all the other cool spots, so I might as well finish things off over here. All right, so that was a little walk around Roma Norte, or the general Roma area. A little sneak peek, I would say. Lots of different shops, restaurants. There's even a nice market over there too. I didn't show it mainly because in my food video I went to the market over in Coyoacan. But yeah, I've had such a great time here in Mexico City. So this has been my very first time in Mexico ever. Never come south of the US border, and I've had such a great time here. I'm glad I chose Mexico City. The city is absolutely phenomenal. Lots of beautiful neighborhoods, lots of cool sites, museums, and of course lots of great food too, which I of course showed that in my other video. But yeah, it's like, whereas now I wanted to finally visit Mexico for the first time, but I also wanted to see Mexico away from the resorts, because there is more to Mexico than the resorts in Cancun, Tulum, Los Cabos, or Puerto Vallarta, Acapulco, things like that. Because when you go to the resorts, like, yes, I'm sure you can get pampered very well, but it's like you don't really get to see Mexico when you go to the resorts, although you might be able to a little bit if you go out of them for like day excursions. But if all you do is stay at the resorts, it's like you're missing out on beautiful stuff like this. Like, visiting Mexico City is just like visiting any other international city. Like there are a lot of areas in Mexico City where I felt like I was in Europe a little bit. Especially, even like when I went to a Chapultepec Castle, where I felt like I was looking at a palace in Austria. Yeah, I'm starting to wander back into Parque Mexico in La Condesa, where I was just the other night. But it's a nice park, so I'm glad I came back over here. Just try to basically conclude this video, just give my final thoughts on Mexico City. But yeah, so it's like, yeah, you need to visit Mexico, especially Mexico City. It's a great way to experience Mexican culture, and at the same time too, it's an international city, so there's a lot of cool things here. And at some point too, I need to explore more of the country as well too. That's kind of doing a little bit of that with the separate video. I'm doing a couple of side trips you can do for like day trips for Mexico City. Like one video I got to go to Teotihuacan, just outside the city, and then also, well, tomorrow in real time I'm going to be going to Taxco, which is a town. It's kind of out of the way a little bit. It's a part of the area where you kind of would want to go in a group, maybe not do like a solo trip. But there are other parts of the country too you need to check out too, which I need to do so as well too, like going to Puebla, Oaxaca, or even going to some other areas like in the Yucatan too. I've heard that even like Merida is very nice. Well, I hope I've inspired you to come on down to Mexico and check out Mexico City. It's part of my mission to spread cultural awareness and bring the world closer together. So yeah, definitely have to check it out for yourself. Mexico City is fantastic. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video here. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so that we don't miss out on any future adventures. Well, thank you for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scott Man, signing out here from Mexico City, Mexico.